Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patera here with you today. Have ran back in the house for the afternoon to accomplish a few goals, and one of those goals is to make homemade Nana's banana pudding for Fred. So I was starting all of this and I thought this is a good opportunity to film this particular subject, which is going to be about your sense of community when you are homesteading. So while I'm working, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. The recipe, by the way, for this full deal is going to be in the link below. I've had 2 videos on it. This is my Nana's homemade recipe. It doesn't get any better than this, so be sure to check that out. But Fred, who you have seen us talk about in several videos, is one of our neighbors, if you will. He's an old timer up here on the mountain, and he has been essential in terms of helping us with our homestead. When we moved here, we didn't know him, but we've gotten to know him, and he has lived on the mountain his whole life, okay? Self-taught man, educated, was in the military, just knows the entire area really well, and had cattle and all sorts of things. The reason I talk about this is because when you move to a new area, you need to understand the people around you, okay? If you move to a rural area, I guarantee you the people are going to be very different than, say, this city. It's just fact, okay? We all know that. So it's very important that you understand how important it is that you work with your neighbors, that you try to be neighborly. Good homesteaders understand the value in being not only a good, honest, truthful homesteader, be it private, be it online, etc., etc., but they find tremendous value in terms of who is around them, okay? These folks, a lot of times when you can connect with these old-timer homesteaders, old-timers to me, have been doing it 20, 30 plus years, okay? They've tried everything you're doing, they've tried it. They've done it. There might be a few tricks to the trade that us new folks bring to them, which helps a lot. But at the end of the day, these folks, these gold generations, if you will, they really want to see the young generations thrive, okay? So what I'm doing today is just a little, another thank you again to Fred. He loves my homemade banana pudding. Who doesn't? And he's had surgery, so I'm taking the time today. I went shopping yesterday to make sure I picked up all the items I needed because I'm whipping this up for him as a treat today. So, because this gentleman, I'm telling you, he shows up. He taught me how to milk my milk cow. He brings his tractor over. He checks on our potatoes. And in turn, I go shopping for him, and we give him manure for his garden. He is the jack of all trades. A lot of these folks are, okay? They've been doing it so long and they're so self-sufficient that, they typically don't call the plumber. They don't need somebody to come fix their dryer or their tractor or all of these things. And that is where your abundance and wealth of knowledge is coming from. I know I'm doing vanilla wafers, okay? So I'm doing a 3-layer here. You can see down here. So I really just want to impress upon you that if you move to a new area or if you're taking on this lifestyle, to really embrace these folks. Sometimes they're a little standoffish, okay? They're sizing you up, seeing what you're made of. What are you willing to do? Not necessarily for them, but are you worth their time? So really reach out to them, be genuine, be helpful, because I'm telling you right now, if it was not for, and I'm going to say this very openly, if it wasn't for old Fred, Farmer Rick, and Miss Homestead Lady, there's no way we would be at the level that we are. I mean, we would have a lot going on and we'd be accomplishing a lot, but the knowledge that these people have, the experience that these folks have, and you're guys, they're hanging out at your local co-op, they're down the road, they're hanging out at your churches, just talk with folks and, take their advice. It's really important. All right, so here's what I'm doing. I've got my vanilla wafers. I think he likes a lot of vanilla wafers. I made it with moon pines one time. He got real excited over that. Down here, you can see we've got vanilla wafers. And as my Nana always said, now I'm just doing a simple 3-layer today, okay? He is not picky. You can walk back there and give him treats, and he's like, I'm just not picky. I'm just not picky. But it's so interesting because he showed up the other day, and you know why? He got out. He wanted to get out because he'd been up because of his surgery. And you know what was the first thing he was concerned about? Was our septic system. He was checking on us to make sure The septic system was okay. How is the cow? You know, verifying when she's going to have her next baby. You know, I gave them some eggs. It's just always a genuine exchange. And, you know, as the season, starts to progress now and spring rolls around and the garden season hits, we're going to go back there and we help him. He brings us watermelons, we take him pumpkins. I mean, it's just he brings us grape jelly, I take him, you know, pot roast dinner, just whatever. But the knowledge is there. So this is not necessarily teaching you anything per se, but it is stressing from firsthand experience that if you are more into being this newer generation of homesteaders, talk to them, you know, what your papa tells you and what that neighbor tells you is so important. And like I told you before, you can always barter in your community for things that you don't have. We've talked about that in our finance video. I don't have a tractor. And it's so funny because I was at a tractor dealership yesterday and they were like, that's for the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference, and they were talking to me saying, do you need a tractor? And I was like, well, technically, yeah, I want one. But as long as I've got old Fred and Farmer Rick helping me out and I'm helping them, you know, we get along just fine. So I hope this helps you out. I hope you find it meaningful. I don't see a lot of videos talking about this, and this is not just one example of anything per se. It's just, I'm telling you, your community in these small rural homesteading areas, really work with the people and be willing to help them as much as they're willing to help you, because that's what homesteaders do, and that's what a homesteading community is all about. Okay, so I've got the vanilla wafers in. I've got the bananas cut. I always like to do just a dash, just a small little dash of cinnamon. Oh, it's so good, y'all. Can't even tell you. I'm gonna close that. And then I've got banana on my hands, but that's okay. Here is this pudding. I'm gonna whip it up. This is hot banana pudding. I'm gonna take it to them hot. And I already had a taste test, so I am telling you, you can see that rising up. I'm gonna whip this up again. Get this back there to him. And I know he's gonna be tickled to death. Y'all take care out there. We're gonna get this ready. Keep pressing forward with your homesteading dreams. If you like what you see here at Appalachia's Homestead, be sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. And we're going back to visit Old Fred today.